Hey there and welcome to Let's Eat. I'm your host, Christine Scarpelli, and we're traveling the region, the Carolinas and Georgia, to find restaurants we think you might enjoy. First up is Delaney's Irish Pub. This is in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and this is the kind of mac and cheese Mom used to make. They also have a lot of great Irish fare. Take a look.
In days, you will likely descend on your favorite local Irish pub. You may not have the highest expectations for food. I understand, but you can raise them here at Delaney's in Spartanburg, the heartiest of meals. And don't worry, you can still get your favorite beverage to go with it. Take a look.
Traditional Irish pub is a place where people gather. It's about the people.
And boy, do they. Marketing manager Chris Breimer says Delaney's is in their 21st year here out of necessity.
In 2003, there was a definite need of an Irish pub in downtown. We serve traditional Irish fare, whether that's fish and chips or shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, and then we have all the classics too.
Like nachos, but Chef Zach Holland makes this with a twist.
We get our produce in daily. This is a corned beef that we do here in-house. We brine it for days and days, and sometimes weeks, and then we bake it in the oven overnight.
These are Sidewinder fries that will be covered in beer cheese.
It's going to be a Yuengling beer. Slowly adding this in, as well as a little bit of milk. We pickle our own onions here in-house, and then some fresh chopped scallions on top.
Corned beef on top made these chunky and flavorful. Scallions, too. A great app ahead of shepherd's pie by kitchen manager Alex Bergold.
And we make this from scratch with the scraps of that corned beef and chunks of just beef, and there's onions in there, carrots in there, and celery. These are redskin mashed potatoes. It's okay if it's flowing over the sides. Another scoop of mashed potatoes. Take your blowtorch. Had this dish. I was like, I think I want to work here.
Those potatoes were silky, add Guinness gravy and a tangy bite. Last, and my wild card favorite, meatloaf with a great texture.
In this paste here is the onions, the peppers, ketchup, and a few seasonings. This can be an arm burner for sure. Pull it out and it'll look like this.
My gift to you, or maybe Chris's gift. What's this dessert?
This is our awesome Irish apple butter cake.
Look at this. Wash it down with a Guinness after this scrumptious meal at Delaney's Irish Pub in Spartanburg. We say, Sláinte!
I know meatloaf. I'm not a meatloaf fan. If you are, congratulations, but their meatloaf, I love it. Delaney's Irish Pub has a great bar as well. Coming up next, a restaurant in Buffalo. That's in Union County, South Carolina. This place has great barbecue, but they will tell you all about their hash. They set up shop on the 4th of July, used to sell it every holiday, turned their place into a restaurant. It was so popular. Let's check out Midway Barbecue.
Midway Barbecue, halfway between where you're going and where you're from. That's what they say, at least. And they do more than just barbecue. How about hash? More than a dozen steps. We'll show you as many as they'll let us. And how about taking a seat next to your new friends here at Midway Barbecue?
Jack O'Dell started Midway. He had probably 3 or 4 businesses going, but hash and barbecue was what he was great at.
That was more than 50 years ago. Jay Allen's father-in-law passed on a legacy.
I hope y'all enjoyed it.
And a hash recipe that takes 24 hours from slice to slurp.
Hash is very unique to Union County. It's made out of beef, whereas lots of places will do with what's left over from the hog. We're starting to put it in the pot. That's about 400 or 500 pounds. Then we'll put water on it, let it soak, and that cooks for about 12 to 16 hours.
Allen says it's stirred every 15 minutes around the clock. They add onions, butter, and seasonings.
This is a hash mixer or a concrete mixer.
And sell more than 2,000 pounds every holiday. It's a whole lot like their famous chicken stew.
We do whole birds basically because of the flavor. We are actually picking the chicken. We're removing the skin and all the bones.
Next, Paul Kelly adds some evaporated milk.
We don't believe in can openers and electricity here. We do it old style with a hatchet.
More seasonings.
It's salt, and some pepper, and then some ground red pepper.
And quite a bit of butter. And there you have it. Now moving on to my favorite, the ridiculously tender pork barbecue.
Starting off with a Boston butt, and we just take that salt and we cover it completely.
Andrew Cavender loads them up into Southern Pride smokers.
We're at 18 hours later, about to check the pit and see where we are. I just want to be able to grab it, sponge it, see how easy that is, see how beautiful that looks.
It pairs beautifully with their ketchup, mustard, and vinegar-based sauces, each with a little kick, and there's no way I could pass up these rich sides.
We're a casserole capital. We love broccoli casserole. This is macaroni and cheese casserole. Look at that. Booyah bang. And this is sweet potato casserole.
Oh, Andrew, what's that?
This is world famous chicken stew.
And Jay, where are we?
Passion chicken stew, capital of the world.
That's Union and Midway Barbecue, we all say.
Let's eat!
Another wild card, and it was fantastic. Chicken stew, it's an acquired taste for sure. Okay, next we head to the Low Country, Mount Pleasant. We have Bohemian Bull. This restaurant has a little something for everybody. Let's take a look.
Expanding its footprint in the Low Country, Bohemian Bull is now open in Mount Pleasant. Located on Highway 17 in North Mount Pleasant, Bohemian Bull boasts a welcoming and spacious environment, perfect for any gathering, big or small. I met with Richard Thomason, CEO, to talk about what makes it so special.
It's a friendly place. We're a place where people gather. We built this for the area of North Mount Pleasant. Families, we're super family friendly. We're a community center, but with alcohol. We want people to walk in and see their neighbors. We want them to exchange pleasantries. We want them to come in and just feel at home. This is North Mount Pleasant.
Classic American fare, an extensive draft selection, and handcrafted cocktails are all on the menu.
You gotta know about our burgers. We're known for our burgers. We hand grind our meat every day. It's a special mix of 60% Black Angus chuck and 40% brisket. But our menu is diverse in its own purpose. We want a large group of people to come in and be able to find something that they appreciate in our menu. Today you're going to see that's my jam burger. You're going to see our Brussels sprouts. You're going to see our Fort Johnson salad, which is just a sample. I do want to mention also that every month we pick a menu item and we donate $1 of every portion of that sold to a local charity, Uber Local. And that's one of the things we do here is we do good and we eat good.
Bohemian Bull donates a portion of the proceeds from one menu item each month to a local charity.
A philanthropic restaurant. We love to see that. Sounds like dining at Bohemian Bull will really help the community there. We've got lots of restaurants. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Let's Eat. We're going to head to Savannah, Georgia. Now, this restaurant is in a hotel. The hotel is the Perry Lane Hotel, and the restaurant is called the Emporium Kitchen and Wine Market. They're making a little treat for us today. This is hot honeycomb. Let's take a look.
We have a great romantic recipe for you from the executive pastry chef here at the Perry Lane, Amber Fitzgerald. It's great to see you again.
Yeah, wonderful to see you.
Today you're going to make hot honeycomb candy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where did you come up with this idea?
It's actually a really simple recipe that I love using in multiple dishes. It kind of just is a fun thing that adds that crunch, adds that sweetness. We'll add a little bit of that spiciness to it this time round. It doesn't have any nuts or anything, so it's a fun way to incorporate that crunch without, factoring in any nuts and allergies.
Brittle consistency.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Okay, how do we get started?
Sure. So we're gonna have our nice sauce pot and a bowl that fits right on top, just to make sure the sugars don't crystallize and so forth. So I'm gonna get it all nice and set up on my scale. I have everything weighed out except for the honey. So we're starting with some water, some white sugar, just get all that in there. And then corn syrup we have.
Almost reminds me of a taffy recipe.
Yeah, it's very similar. And it's one of those things, once you put it on the stove and get it going, it'll take 5 minutes to complete.
Okay, so it's quick and easy.
Yes. And then 20 grams of our honey.
And I know you're using Savannah bee honey.
Yeah, they're such a great local company, and we've loved partnering with them. We've done a few things with them over the last year, and they just create such wonderful products. So,
and I heard that's one of the most popular items right now, the hot honey.
It has to be. I mean, made with acacia honey. It has habanero peppers and Scotch bonnet peppers that give it that extra little kick. So it's really, really tasty. It's not overpowering, right? For spice levels. Doesn't make things like so unappealing. I very much appreciate that. So once we're here, I like to just do a quick little like X or like little asterisk with my finger, just to make sure it all gets nice and incorporated. And then I'll turn my little stove on. Get that all the way up to a nice high heat. We're gonna go to about 310 degrees Fahrenheit if you're using a gas burner at home. Just a nice high heat to really get the sugar going.
Yeah, explain the purpose of the bowl and
then
how that
the
helps.
bowl, of course, so sorry. So the bowl is to help kind of lock in that moisture. So especially as our sugars are on the side, if there's a little bit, it's called crystallization. When the water content has evaporated too much, that the sugar crystals it doesn't form into a proper caramel. So having the bowl on top helps to keep the moisture in there. So if there's any sugar bits on the side of the pot, it kind of melts down into the rest of it.
Gotcha.
We will eventually take it off. So, but right now to get it going, we're gonna keep it on. And once it starts bubbling, we'll look at it.
Well, you mentioned this is pretty quick to make, pretty easy. But if somebody wants to come here and have you make it for them, this is something that you're offering Valentine's.
Yes, ma'am.
And you update or you change the menu all the time. So people should always check the website and see what you guys are doing here.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Because with trying to keep flavors seasonal and trying to keep us excited about what we do, it's just fun to put new things on. We have our wine dinners, which we feature every third Thursday of the month, that we'll do a very specific curated menu for that features a whole bunch of stuff that is never on our menu. And it's in those moments especially that we get to do these fun different things. So there we go, look at it.
Oh, nice and bubbly.
Here we go, we'll leave that off now. So all we're waiting for it to do is cook up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. You can check it now, see where we're at. Probably still really low. 230, 225, but it'll get there quick. So I really like to use a digital thermometer. There's candy thermometers that you can use, and you can just kind of stick right into the pot. And then once it gets up to 300, we're gonna add baking soda, and that's what's gonna give it this reaction that gives it this fun honeycomb texture.
Yeah, because you're not using the honeycomb, it's going to look like the honeycomb.
It's going to look like honeycomb. It's a little deceiving,
I'll hold it up
but
so
that is
people
the
can see
magic
it.
of pastry sometimes. I really like to use a whisk once we get to that point, just to really make sure it's homogenized. It's gonna foam up, so for those at home trying to do this, I would go in it super confidently. Like, take time, read through the instructions, but once you do it, don't be afraid of that reaction. It's supposed to happen, and just keep working it, and then we'll pour it out, and then that's it, and it's done.
Well, I'm glad you're walking us through the process, because when it gets like this, I'm like, oh, what do I do here?
No, for sure. So now we've checking our temperature. We're reading right over 300. So I'm just gonna turn off the heat. There's gonna be that residual cook, so it's fine to kind of just take this one quick second. Now we're gonna add our baking soda just right on top, and then whisk to your heart's desire. This is this foaming action that I'm talking about, and just really getting the sides, really scraping it through. You don't want any also like baking soda left over, so it's important to be nice and thorough. And then I'll just pour straight into either a cake pan. We'll give it a really nice height. If you want to just pour out onto a sheet tray lined with, parchment paper or aluminum foil, it might be a little bit thinner, almost like these size candies, whereas the cake pan's going to get it nice and thick.
Wow.
So
that's beautiful.
Right?
And then smells so good.
And then at this point, all we're doing is letting it rest and cool and harden.
Okay.
And
how long does that take?
That takes about 5-10 minutes.
Oh,
it's really not
okay.
bad at all. And then that's when almost the second part of the fun comes in, and you take, a little paring knife and you start breaking it down, and we'll get into that once it's fully cooled.
Okay. But in the end, this is what it looks like.
Yes, that is the finished pieces, the finished product. What is a fun also thing you can do with it is dip it in chocolate and so forth. I sprinkled a little bit of Malden on top to give it a fun extra saltiness to the hot honey and the sweetness that is in the honeycomb candy. But it's a really fun one, super easy to do and create. And then it's almost like this little science project that you can have if you're doing it with grandkids, your own kids, because that reaction with the baking soda is then gonna start to pop out of the honeycomb. It's super fun.
All right, through the magic of TV, we have just spent, the last 10 minutes waiting for the candy to harden, and now it's ready to break apart.
Yes. So like I said, you'll want something nice and sharp to kind of really just break right down into it. And that crunch is really what you're going for. And you get this really beautiful honeycomb texture like within the candy. And it's just so fun. I might even pop this one.
Go ahead. You've earned it.
Oh, it's great. And
when you come to the restaurant, you plate it together and make a beautiful dessert with all this.
So as you can see, I can just keep cutting through and keep breaking off the pieces.
That's when you know it's ready.
Yes, to whatever size you like, whether you want a nice big piece or little baby pieces. And we'll use the baby pieces now on the dessert.
Okay.
So just kind of taking a few. I always just like to sprinkle the stuff wherever they land. Just have a lot of fun with it. And you definitely get that heat from the hot honey in there.
So what else do you have on the plate?
So the main component of the dessert is a pave. It's known for being a mousse-like piece of cake and called pave because in France, pave is for pavement. So it's traditionally a square rectangular dessert. Sometimes it's as basic as that.
Okay.
And so then we have some crystallized chocolate, also Valentine's Day. Gotta throw all that chocolate in there. So some candied chocolate pieces. On underneath all of that, we put some more of the hot honey, so you can really, every time you
Get
bite
all
into
the flavors.
it. Yes. And so just to finish it off, we're gonna do a lovely scoop of this piquillo pepper ice cream. So the thought behind the whole dessert is chocolate and heat, especially from the hot honey, and just incorporating another really fun pepper that will really round out everything else of this dessert. And then I like to just add some little petals and the flowers.
Oh, beautiful.
And just kind of call it a day.
And I like all
that.
the different textures that you have too. So you got
really
the
fun.
creamy and the,
And the crunchy. Yeah.
Perfect.
Decadent, but has that little bit of the heat.
It's perfect.
It's really wonderful.
Perfect.
Really
Thank
happy
you.
with it. You're very welcome. Absolutely. Our pleasure.
I will try anything that I can cover in chocolate. Hot honeycomb looked really good. We've got lots more good dishes coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Let's Eat. Now we head to Greensboro, North Carolina. We head to Clutch Coffee. They have some Cheerwine drinks. Sounds really sweet. Let's take a look.
Clutch Coffee Bar can satisfy any kind of caffeine craving. Their coffee comes hot, iced, or frozen with dozens of flavor combinations.
This is the iced avalanche. So it's a latte with white chocolate and vanilla in it.
Or customers can skip the coffee and get their caffeine fix from a customized energy drink.
The big difference with us and other coffee shops is the energies that we do.
The most popular is the Electric Stardust. Baristas blend their basic energy drink with white chocolate peach and strawberry syrups.
Oh wow, we sell a lot of energy here.
And now a new flavors mixing up the menu for the North Carolina-based coffee company.
So yeah, we're partnering with another North Carolina-born brand, Cheerwine. It's really cool to see two North Carolina brands come together on a collab like this.
Customers can order a Cheerwine energy drink using Cheerwine syrup topped with a sweet cream foam.
Did you get it with the
sweet
top? Isn't it good?
That's so sweet. Yes, it's good. It is good.
Yes.
My kids would like it. Clutch is also brewing up a Cheerwine coffee creation. It blends shots of espresso with chocolate milk and the Cheerwine syrup to make a sweet cherry cola flavored mocha.
It does work. It's like a cherry chocolate drink.
On a busy day, up to 500 cars roll into Greensboro's Clutch Coffee to grab a drink for the road.
It's a lot of people. We have lines wrapped out to the road. Like sometimes it just stays like that for a whole 5-hour shift.
This is one of 14 locations that are spread across the Carolinas. The baristas believe even more people will be driving through to try the new Cheerwine flavored beverages.
Cheerwine's very popular here, so I think they are going to be very excited to see us collabing together and bringing this drink to the community.
Yep. Looks good. Thank you. All right. Let's go.
A mix of soda and coffee always sounds good. Well, let's keep the sweet treats rolling. We go to the same area, the Piedmont Triad. Now we're looking at some dessert nachos, I believe, but I think there's some fruit involved, so that's healthy, right? Let's take a look.
So we're going to show you a fun dessert for summer. Includes a lot of fresh fruit. Fruit nachos. That sounds delicious.
It is. So what I am doing here is I'm taking a fresh or not so fresh tortilla. You know, you have those left over sometimes. Yes. Well, don't throw them away. Cut them into some triangles.
Okay.
And then I've got some melted butter.
Just put them in there.
And we're going to toss those around and get them nice and coated. And then add some cinnamon and sugar.
Ooh.
Yes. So it gets all, you know, in the butter, and the sugar really helps to crisp up.
Yes. They're gonna bake in the oven and come out like this?
They are. We're gonna put those on.
They look so good. And smell good too.
It does. It smells, the whole kitchen smells so good when you do this.
I mean, butter and sugar, pretty much, you gotta win.
How do you go wrong with that, right?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we're gonna move this out of the way over here, and now we're going to magic of television, da-da! The tortillas and the nachos are cooked.
Okay.
And they're so crispy and delicious. And now we're just going to start layering some delicious summer fruit. Here is some diced kiwi.
Okay.
And you can put as much as you like.
And
you can put pineapple, banana, whatever you want.
The kids will love this.
Yes, they love to make their own.
A great way to have a dessert for them that they can kind of customize to themselves.
This is mango, my favorite.
I love mango too.
Isn't that pretty? And then you can, you know, just go crazy with
cream,
toppings. I like caramel.
Ooh.
You could do chocolate if you want.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm just, anybody says chocolate and I say yes. Everything, yes.
Everything,
if you say chocolate, I'm going to say yes.
Some whipped cream that you can either make yourself or buy.
That's perfect.
And then to really top it off and make it chefy, you want to shave some chocolate right on top. There's your chocolate, Shannon.
Yes, 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 yes. This looks great, so easy and something fun to do. Oh, you're going to put the chocolate.
Just for you.
Just for me.
Just for you.
Ooh, yum. That looks so good. Renee, that's a winner right there for the whole family.
Yes.
Okay, that looked really good. I was skeptical. You hear dessert nachos, not always sure what to think. But okay, coming up next, we've got something not so dessert focused. Farm Burger is located in Asheville, North Carolina, and they're serving up really local ingredients to that area. In fact, they use many farms to get a lot of their ingredients. Take a look.
Don't be intimidated if there's a line around the building. This is convivial seating, so you may get a chance to sit next to somebody you don't know, make a new friend. There's plenty for kids to do, and when they say farm burger, they're not kidding. A lot of their ingredients come from farms, many of them nearby. We're at Farm Burger in downtown Asheville.
When I first started here, I worked at a place called 10 Mile Farm. Oh, it's in Old Fort for a year. So I was part-time there and part-time at Farm Burger. Now we buy a lot of our produce in season from those farms.
General Manager Sarah Burton has dug up local goods to fill your plate for the last 9 years here. She says the owners got the idea for Farm Burger from a best-selling beef patty at a restaurant in Athens, Georgia. Their concept has taken off in Asheville, too.
To learn those practices and to be able to communicate how things are grown to the customers that you're feeding is really
Take the Sunnyside Burger, for example, made by kitchen manager Dane Anderson.
Our beef is from Hickory Nut Gap Farm, 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised, happy cows. It's from North Country Farms, Applewood Smokes, farm eggs from Far Side Farms, pepper jack cheese, just some house-made salsa verde.
An all-natural cure for hunger or a hangover, Anderson says.
This is our house-ground chicken patty. Springer Mountain Farm, living their best life, laying delicious eggs. Use that steam power again, melt our cheese.
Good old Gouda cheese. These next toppings aren't showing up on your everyday drive-through chicken fix.
So this kale coleslaw, it's pretty much coleslaw, but just with kale instead of cabbage, carrots, onions, and then our coleslaw dressing, our crispy onions here. To top it all off, our sherry date barbecue sauce.
Dates, not tomatoes, for a rich flavor. Signature fries are hand-cut.
They are tossed in garlic and Parmesan and herbs, nice and salty and savory.
And for the most local goodies in an entree, the farm salad.
A blend of spring mix and rocket arugula, all local lettuces. So we're gonna hit it with our apple vinaigrette. Candied onions are red onions, and they are cooked down in vinegar and sugar.
This dressing coats all the greens.
And then we have local Fuji apples, feta cheese, and that is our farm salad.
And the perfect drink with your meal is a local draft beer. And chances are if you order it here from Farmburger, you'll be supporting a local brewery recovering from Hurricane Helene. From Farmburger in downtown Asheville, we say, let's eat!
Such great folks, and I know they'd love you to help recovery from Hurricane Helene up in that area in North Carolina. Hey, thanks for watching. We've got lots more restaurants for you in the next episode. We hope to see you there watching Let's Eat.